Let's go full conspiracy theory here.
Let's do it.
You know what? It's China. You know why? China.
China.
You know why?
China.
Think about the things they're encouraging. They're sowing racial division, a major vulnerability in our country, but they're also encouraging people to be fat.
Yeah.
Imagine this. A bunch of angry, doughy, different races fighting each other, and then China comes to invade, and it's just a big field of fat people going like, well, I think the law should be allowed. And China's like, look how pathetic and weak they are.
That's amazing.
They're buttering us up, making us fight each other.
Trailblazer.
Yes.
Thank you, RNK.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Trailblazer. That's
As if
the
she
name.
could blaze a
What is
trail.
That's the name of that backpack. Social justice warrior.
Dora.
Backpack chick.
Look, man.
Oh my gosh.
They're who was it who said that China had the right idea? Was it Bill Gates? Somebody was talking about social
no
media
idea.
censorship.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and they were like, China has the right idea.
Ew. Don't like
Yikes.
that.
No thanks.
China is a horrifying nightmare, dude.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, but you know what? I think one of the biggest problems with liberty is that you have vulnerabilities that authoritarians don't have. So long as they find a way to suppress their population and beat them down without collapsing, they're going to be at a major advantage.
Yep.
So like when you look at COVID, China just welded people's doors shut.
Yeah, they did.
And then they came back and found dead bodies.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't care.
Up.
They don't care.
In the United States, we got civil liberties.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, it didn't work out too well for the most part for us, but you can see how the government tried to suppress, to hold us back, because it is an advantage of an authoritarian dictatorship to lock everyone in their homes and let the sick die, whereas here the individual is paramount. So it's a good thing, but there's a balance between security and liberty, and we opt heavily towards liberty. China, security.
Yep.
They'll if they think you're bad, they'll just chuck you off a building. Like, no way, man, we're not going to risk it.
Yep.
They don't care.
It was a suicide.
Yeah. It was,
No, they wouldn't even do that. They would say, we killed him because he was a threat.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, yeah.
And what are you going to say?
They post videos of them torturing people. You see the video of the guy apologizing to the cops? They were like, why did you badmouth us? He posted on some social media site that he thought the cops were dumb. And he was like, I'm drunk. I was sorry. And they were like, are you? And he's like, yes, please. And they upload the video and want everyone to see it.
Oh, man.
So you know who Mark Rosewater is?
Who?
Mark Rosewater is one of the lead developers for Wizards and Magic: The Gathering.
Yeah.
So he held an event, I think it was 2 days ago, and he always does this. A new set's coming out. I'm going to tease a few cards. I'm going to have a game you can play, and you can try to see, guess what card it is, and I'll show you guys. So he played the game Hangman, where you guess a letter.
Yeah.
And if you mess it up, the next day he apologized.
For playing Hangman?
I'm sorry. It was a terrible idea. I shouldn't have done it. And it's like,
what?
Pathetic.
What?
I'm so confused.
Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
There was some woman who got canceled, I guess, because 20 years ago she posted some like offensive memes or something. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't 20 years ago. It was like 10 years ago. And she wrote this long screed of like, I'm so sorry and I learn every day. Your apology is worthless. They don't care.
Nope, they don't care.
They're just a ravenous...
You're already canceled.
Like, could you imagine apologizing to the zombie horde coming to eat you?
Yeah.
They're like, and you're like, I'm so sorry. You're hungry. I didn't realize that I smelled so delicious. I'll try and do better. and what is their response?
Yeah, it's exactly what it's like.
They don't care.
Funny.
There's nothing you can say. Like trying to...
You're feeding the alligator.
You're arguing with the pack of the swarm of piranhas coming to devour your body.
Or that guy that just got fired from what is he was the elongated man on Flash.
Oh yeah,
the
Because he
actor.
had some stupid tweets.
They were really gross.
They were
man.
They were
really
weird.
bad.
Yeah.
But why didn't anyone care then? Now they're searching.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a witch hunt.
No,
Yeah.
Inquisition.
Yep,
Yes.
you keep saying it.
Yes.
Literally Inquisition.
Yeah, and they keep proving you're
And
right.
you know what, man? Do you
don't
know
like
what
it when
comes
you're right.
next? Listen, I talk to my individual friends, and they're like, I've been talking to a lot of my friends lately. I'm like, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Like they're banning books, movies, games. It's like a purge. Statues are being torn down. They
Yep.
defaced Abraham Lincoln. And the response I get is, but those are the bad seeds. I'm like, you moron. People are literally dying. Some cops have been killed. You say, but those are the fringe elements. They're the ones who take control after you get your ideology pushed through.
And Chicago had the most deaths. I don't even know.
Since the 60s or whatever.
Yeah,
in a single day.
insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
How many people are getting shot?
And they're like, but we're the good guys. I'm like, no, you are the mindless masses providing cover for the insanity.
Yep.
Because what happens is when you all band together and start demanding that a company bends the knee, then the extremists come in and say, see that mob? They're with us. Do what we say or else. And then the company say, okay.
Definitely.
So you end up with that Sheraton hotel owner graciously giving up his building.
And all these companies, we're with you. Keep buying our products. Keep buying our
Yeah.
products.
Yeah.
That's all I'm seeing.
You know what worries me? These people who are getting canceled and banned, they're not just going to wither up and, die. They need money somehow.
Yeah.
The people who get banned from social media. Alex Jones, he made his own website.
Yep.
So you're going to create parallel systems.
It's true.
And then you're going to end up with people finding resources through other means, and then you have no ties and nothing holding anyone back. The funny thing about all the social media bannings and the firing, like Roseanne getting fired and these staffers getting fired, is that if they really wanted to, they could use that, say, give an apology and we'll make it a PSA and then we're good to go. Instead, it's like, no, we're going to get rid of you. It's the Inquisition,
You're done
baby.
forever.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
That will cost them power. So these people who are apologizing, a lot of people are saying it's a struggle session. It's like what they used to do in the Chinese, communist revolution. They would make the people confess to sins they didn't commit.
Okay.
And then humiliate them in public.
Oh, that's weird because I actually read an article about that today, or I saw a headline about that's exactly what they do in the Chinese prison camps still. They give you a list of crimes to pick off of, and then you commit to pleading guilty, and that's
Wow.
that. You're in. So you're guilty.
And this is where we're at now. They will come for you. And the scary thing is no one is safe.
Yep.
So right now it's an inquisition. We had cancel culture. This was the budding, the growth. Now it's a literal inquisition where people are getting purged. They're hunting them down. Everyone, regular people. Okay, listen. Cancel culture for a while annoyed a lot of people. They would find a celebrity and then find a tweet they post and it'd be like, aha. Now you have Twitter accounts where they literally go to random high school girls. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you know what to do. We're exposing them.
No, now it's even worse. It's way worse. I'm seeing this now. It's being spread around. What you do is you take a picture. You go on the person's page. You find a picture of them. Put some text.
You fake it.
Post
you
it.
make it
Look
up.
at what this person said.
Yep.
Canceled.
Yep.
It's been going on. It's happening right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
So it's lies.
Welcome to the Inquisition. Do you know what comes next?
Yeah, what does come next?
Cassandra Fairbanks posted on Twitter the audio of the 911 call where she's crying with their daughter saying there's people shooting guns at my house and fireworks.
That's the
And
next step.
Yeah. And then they come to your house. And so right now in New York, they have given immunity to Black Lives Matter protesters. Not even kidding. They straight up said if you are protesting for Black Lives Matter, you will not be charged with a crime.
Any crime.
Related to the protesting.
Okay.
Low level. So if you're looting or rioting or something. But so if you basically go out, commit a low level offense, and you're a churchgoer, oh, sorry. We favor one ideology. This is how it starts. In Fort Worth, they specifically stated all of the people arrested on rioting charges will have their charges dropped. Rioting charges, not protesting.
Wow.
Dude, that's
rioters.
in Texas?
In Fort Worth.
I'm
Yep.
surprised and don't
Yes,
like
sirree.
that.
And now we're seeing all these companies bend over backwards. Look, man, the dominoes are falling over. It doesn't matter what the well-to-do liberals say about the bad seeds and the bad eggs. No, it's all happening. All right. So if we're going to assume the dominoes keep falling over, what happens next? We're getting dangerously close to a point where an angry mob shows up to your house and the cops say it's easier to arrest you than to deal with a mob. So let's say you live in a small town. Your small town has 10 cops on duty.
Okay.
And a mob of 300 people come from outside your town, show up at your house. What are those 10 cops going to do? Nothing. And so they say, sorry, can't help you. And then you get beaten and dragged onto the street and strung up. That's why these companies are bending over backwards, because they don't want to deal with it. It's like I've been saying, man.
They're afraid.
They know Antifa will show up with bricks and firebombs, and they know that the right won't. So they're scared of the left, and they all bent over backwards for them. And now they have massive institutional power. So we may see, because of all of this weird fringe culture revolution stuff, a horrified suburbanite demographic voting for Republicans and Trump in droves. I don't think that's necessarily going to change anything. A lot of the Republicans did literally nothing when they had all branches of the government.
Yeah.
Not only that, some of them agree and they don't like Trump. You still have you have a small faction of Republicans who think Trump is an insurgent and they don't like him.
Yeah.
So it's not a guarantee anything
also a lot
changes.
of Democrats that go in deplorable. Democrat to
For sure.
deplorable,
For sure.
you know?
I'm just saying
me included.
we don't know exactly what will happen. It could be that a lot of people are just not paying attention and don't care.
Yeah.
And then the Democrats win and take over, and then these things get steamrolled through at such rapid speed. If the Democrats in New York are willing to give immunity, if Fort Worth is willing to drop rioting charges, they are granting ideological. They're giving privilege to their ideological group. Well, if you're not part of that, they will come to you and they will drag you on the street, put you on your knees, and say, "Convert,
Yep.
join us." And if you say no, then you get locked up or worse. Now, I don't know if/when that'll happen, but I'll tell you this, man. I didn't think they were going to show up at Cassandra's house as fast as they did.
That was fast.
It was the same day.
I mean, I watched her tweets. I follow her, and I was like, okay, whoa, you're kind of goading them right now. She goaded them.
She was trolling.
She trolled them to no end.
Yep.
And it's
And
like,
they showed up at her house.
I'm not condoning it, but it's like I wasn't surprised.
That they targeted her.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this country, you're not allowed to shoot at people's houses.
Right.
You have a right to free speech.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they say crazy things.
Yep. And it's all going away.
It is.
Yeah.
So you think about what happened with the rioting in New York
messed up.
when I referenced this guy's tweet where he said he called the police and the police said, "Our city is under attack. What would you have us do? Do what you got to do."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to come to a point where a mob shows up and you call the cops and they're like, "There's 300 people. What do you want us to do?" Oh, I hope you armed yourself and you're protecting yourself. I don't think the average person has to worry about it, but I also think we have a serious problem with regular people not standing up.
Yep.
And they're scared of being canceled. But the more you don't speak up, the more they think they control things and the more companies bend over and more resources they gain. They are counting on your refusal to speak up for what you believe in. Now, many people may secretly go and vote for Trump. I think that'll only make it worse. You know why? Because these people are so convinced that they're the majority and they're right, and the polls reflect it, that certainly if Trump wins, he must have cheated. And so then what do you think they're going to do?
Revolt.
Yeah, they're going to be like, he cheated, it's not real. They're going to challenge him in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court might flip. You know, it might rule in favor of them. Oh no, we saw what happened in North Jersey with the voter fraud stuff, the mail-in voting, 3,000 votes being disqualified.
Yep.
All it takes is for them to say, "Look at the lines in Atlanta," like they've been doing. "Oh no, the lines are so long now that we couldn't fairly vote. Trump cheated. We must have the Supreme Court remove him."
Yeah, I saw a video. AOC was pushing for mail-in voting.
Yep.
It's like, no.
At first, the reason for mail-in voting was COVID. Now that COVID is over, what are they saying? Oh, it's because of long voting lines.
What?
They keep
What?
because they just want to get it.
So
They
make
want-
it a national holiday to vote. Hello, why aren't we doing that?
Yeah.
If you want to change the rules, I say you do it after the election. You don't do it on election year.
Boom.
Because
Agreed.
that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they're trying to change the game.
Yeah, 5 months before.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Seriously,
insane.
That's absolute insanity.
Absolute insanity. So, you know what, man? You should, for those that are listening, go watch documentaries on the Spanish Civil War. A lot of crazy similarities.
Yeah.
When I was reading tweets from somebody saying that George Orwell had spent time in the Spanish Civil War. I guess I don't know if that's true, but it was a response to Maajid Nawaz, who tweeted the quote from 1984 that the streets had been renamed, the statues had been renamed, history has been stopped. We're seeing all this now. Statues are being pulled down.
Yep.
Streets are literally being renamed in New York City. They're actually renaming streets. They're going to take down a bunch of statues across the country. Some of them I kind of roll my eyes at, like, it's kind of dumb we had these statues in the first place. But the way they're doing it is lawlessness.
Yep. Agreed.
They show up in the middle of now they're showing up in the middle of the day. They used to show up in the middle of the night. And now they just all dance and sing as they tear it down. And democracy be damned. They don't care. I guess we'll see how things play out, huh? But I'll tell you what, I say that all the time.
Yes, you do.
I always,
Yeah, you do.
but here's why I say this. Because I always say, here's what I think's going to happen. I guess we'll see. And guess what? I've been decently correct on what we could expect.
Yeah,
Annoyingly so.
I will only hold on to 2018 as proof that Tim is not always right, because he makes some pretty scary predictions. I'm just hanging on to that midterm election from 2018, I think it was.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't consider that Trump's base wouldn't turn out.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
There's some things you just can't account for until it happens, which
But
is
I don't.
why,
I don't think my predictions are always right.
right. That's
because
why you say we'll see how it plays out.
I'll
But
tell you
it's-
what,
it's-
though.
Seriously.
I hope I'm wrong about Hillary being the VP.
Seriously, stop
Hillary
saying that.
VP.
She's-
I don't think so.
Biden just said today, I don't know if you know this, everyone. Biden just said today that we need a strong VP. The one I choose needs to be ready to be president on day one.
He's gonna drop dead.
Yeah.
During the inauguration.
What
He's gonna
kind
go,
of president running for president says that?
Joe Biden.
What?
That kind of president.
They're gonna.
Coherently.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Funny enough.
They're gonna be doing the inauguration. He's gonna be standing there, and they're gonna be like, "Put your hand on the Bible," and he's gonna go. He's gonna put his right hand up, and then his left hand's gonna go.
He's gonna die.
And then he falls over.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, I'm scared.
Bad.
What's gonna happen?
Well, I don't know. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the full show, tune in to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, or check us out on iTunes and Spotify, and we will soon have this podcast up for free on all podcast platforms. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next episode.